Hello, welcome to the Southern Bible Thumper channel. In this upload, we're going to be reading 2 Kings 16. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord his God, like David his father. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, yea, and made his son to pass through the fire, according to the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel. And he sacrificed and burnt incense in the high places, and on the hills, and under every green tree. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him, for the king of Assyria went up against Damascus, and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw an altar that was at Damascus. And King Ahaz sent to Urijah the priest the fashion of the altar, and the pattern of it, according to all the workmanship thereof. And Urijah the priest built an altar according to all that King Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Urijah the priest made it against King Ahaz came from Damascus. And when the king was come from Damascus, the king saw the altar, and the king approached to the altar and offered thereon. And he burnt his burnt offering and his meat offering, and poured his drink offering, and sprinkled the blood of his peace offerings upon the altar. And he bought also the brazen altar, which was before the Lord, from the forefront of the house, from between the altar and the house of the Lord, and put it on the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Urijah the priest, saying, Upon the great altar burn the morning burnt offering and the evening meat offering, and the king's burnt sacrifice and his meat offering, with the burnt offering of all the people of the land, and their meat offering and their drink offerings, and sprinkle upon it all the blood of the burnt offering, and all the blood of the sacrifice, and the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. Thus did Urijah the priest, according to all that King Ahaz commanded. And King Ahaz cut off the borders of the bases, and removed the laver from off them, and took down the sea from off the brazen oxen that were under it, and put it upon the pavement of stones, and the convert for the Sabbath that they had built in the house. And the king's entry without turned he from the house of the Lord for the king of Assyria. Now, the rest of the acts of Ahaz, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Ahaz slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. The previous chapter, 2 Kings 15. This chapter focuses on the leadership changes in Israel during Azariah or Uzziah's 52-year reign over Judah. So King Azariah is referred to as Uzziah. This man is Jotham's father. And the first verse 1 through 7 is about him and how he rules over Judah. Then we have verse 8 through 12. This is King Zechariah of Israel, verses 13 through 15, King Shalem, 16 through 22, King Menahem, verse 23 through 26, King Pekahiah, verse 27 through 31, King Pekah, verse 32 through 36, King Jotham of Judah. Okay, so King Jotham is Azariah's son. So, because Azariah reigns for 52 years, we don't see his son take leadership again until verse 32. We learn in verse 37 through 38 that during Jotham's reign, the king of Syria and the king of Israel both warred against him. The current chapter, 2 Kings 16, this chapter details the reign of King Ahaz over Judah. King Ahaz was not godly. He participated in heathen rituals. King Ahaz pays King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria to defeat King Rezin of Syria. King Ahaz has his priest construct an altar similar to the one Tiglath-Pileser has. King Ahaz creates an ordinance to celebrate some of Israel's customs given to Moses in Exodus and Leviticus. King Ahaz changes some of the cosmetic aspects on the temple to appease King Tiglath-Pileser. Hezekiah, Ahaz's son, becomes king of Judah next. The current chapter, 2 Kings 16. Okay, so 2 Kings 16, verses 1 through 4. Jotham, his son Ahaz, becomes king of Judah uh, in Pekah's 17th year, ruling Israel. So in the previous chapter, Pekah took the life of the previous king and became king. So when he's in his 17th year, Jotham's son, Ahaz, begins to rule over Judah. Ahaz was 20 years old and he reigned 16 years. I thought I said he was 25 in the King James. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was only 20. I don't know where I got that from. But that's why it's so important to read and read multiple translations. So Ahaz was 20 when he became king. He ruled for 25 years. I'm sorry, he ruled for 16 years. I don't know where I got that number 25. Okay, he reigned 16 years. He did not behave in a godly manner. Okay. And he participated in heathen rituals, passing through the fire. Some of these, when I looked that up, it said child sacrifice. So he participated in idol worship. Verses 5 through 9, King Pekah of Israel and King Rezin of Syria, they besieged Ahaz, the king of Judah, but could not overtake him. So Rezin, the king of Syria, he took control of a territory Elath, drove the Jews that were living there away, and had his people settle there instead. So King Ahaz requests the help of Tiglath-Pileser, the king of Assyria. And he says, hey, help us get our land back. And he gives them money. And the king of Assyria, he took control of Damascus and took control or captive of the people living there and defeated King Rezin of Syria. So King Ahaz goes to visit King Tiglath-Pileser and sees that Tiglath-Pileser is the king of Assyria. I'm just going to call him king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria, King Ahaz goes to visit the king of Assyria, sees that he has a good-looking altar, and he wanted that altar replicated. So King Ahaz tells his priest, King Urijah, he gives him the specific measurements and look and tells him he wants this altar built for himself. And so when after Urijah builds it, the King Ahaz returns back to Judah, sees the altar, and he begins to offer burnt offering, meat offering. Okay? So you can find information about burnt meat and peace offerings in Leviticus 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And then there was a brazen altar. This is mentioned somewhere too. Uh, I just for I didn't remember where, but the brazen altar. King Ahaz uh, then makes an ordinance saying, "Burn a morning and evening offering on this altar." And this is direction from God, Exodus 29, 38 and 39. So it's like now he's honoring God, or at least uh, wanting to have these traditions honored. And so Urijah followed his command. And so we learn verses 17 and 18. There's some uh, cosmetic changes that he makes to some of these holy items and to the temple itself. And this was to appease the king of Assyria, King Tiglath-Pileser. Okay. Then we see the acts of Ahaz, what he did. Are they not written in the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah? Right? Because it's a change in leadership. Ahaz is going to die. And then Ahaz slept with his fathers, or that's what this phrase means. He slept with his fathers. He's dead. He's buried with his fathers and his son Hezekiah. So Hezekiah is Ahaz's son. This was based in Judah. So that's what this chapter is about. So thank you so much for clicking on the video. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful day.